And then I also wanted to check and see if there were any issues with service coming on to winter. It always turns into a delightful time to be in the trash business.
I haven't gotten any calls, that's usually a good sign. Brenda, you would be the other person that would.
Okay.
Apparently
I
not.
know I got a call from a gentleman who lives down in the last trailer on the way out of town, gatekeeper, whatever his name was, and I think we got things worked out, so
All right, great.
staying on top of that. But if anybody ever needs anything,
Okay.
if there's any issues, concerns, you know where to find me. Find Brenda, she can find me.
Well, we keep having these successful cleanups, people will have to start hauling good stuff. to throw
You know,
away, I guess.
the one really good thing is because we've been pairing with Bridger,
Yeah.
huge impact having those back to back with everybody. So
How
it's,
did Bridger come out as far as their volume?
well, I don't think anybody realized, even though I had big signs all around town and
Right,
stuff,
right.
you know, but
So
that-
not near as.
because it was their first year with the fall one.
Okay, okay.
But their spring one has been really good.
Because I did talk to a few people that, because it was the first one, they said, oh, that was this weekend.
Yeah, and it's like, no, but you can go
Over
to
there.
Fromberg, and we got a lot of people from Bridger
Okay.
at the Fromberg one, so.
I think it really helps us, cause you know, they're right here, everybody can see them.
Yeah, yeah, that's.
I wanna-
Yeah, they don't
Bridger is
have a
kinda-
real visible, and that's why this year we went to the park in Bridger, but big silo thing.
Yeah.
And that helped because that's such a busy road, but still, you're still off the beaten
Yeah,
path.
you're off the beaten path, people don't go
Mhm.
down
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Mhm.
Any questions for Julia while she's here? No? We haven't had any complaints, so that's good.
Yay.
All right, thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is Resolution 475, and this will be very similar to the one we did last month, only better. So, I'll explain a little bit. Last month, we had to do an amended resolution because the engineers had done new estimates, and and if I get this wrong, Chad, you can, and RD said, well, before you can go to bid on your sewer project, you need to make sure you secure the money. So it was going to be a I'm paraphrasing here, $580,000 loan and a, what's it, $71,700 grant. And to cover what was estimated as being the increased cost of the sewer project. So we had to do a resolution that amended the original resolution, which was $982,000, now we had to add the $580,000 in loan. But since and then we were given the okay to submit, to put out for bids. Bids were opened and we came in 500 and something under the estimates. So now this resolution amends the needing of an additional 580,000 and amends it that we only need an additional 130,000, which is nice. So that's a lot better. So, as in the past, these are all pretty standard and we don't generally read the header. But if you have any questions or comments about anything you might have perused over, then let us know. So I'll read resolution number 475, a resolution of the town of Fromberg, Carbon County, Montana, further amending and supplementing the town's resolution number 468 and resolution 471 in section 101.01, 2.04, 3.01, 3.02, 3.03, 3.11, and 5.04 D, and authorizing and providing for the issuance of the Series 2018 B wastewater system revenue bond in the reduced principal amount of $130,000. And the rest is sort of the same basic wording of the other resolutions, other than the figures being different.
Okay, so the contracts were opened,
Yeah.
the bids were opened, and
Yep.
these Missouri River,
Yep.
they received and that's with everything, with the gravel and everything that's in it?
Yep, we came in at a little over 2.5.
And when were they gonna start?
Their tentative schedule, they want to start the middle of January.
Will we be able to, are we gonna meet with them?
Well, that's kind of coming up. That's
Mhm.
kind of coming up right here.
Oh, okay.
So, yes, to that quick question, answer yes, but we can go into more detail.
Okay.
it is obviously related, but it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So this is basically a resolution, you know, that the bond people have written for us, so that when the time comes, we will be able to be issued that money for the project, so.
So if we just accept resolution 475, that'll cover it?
Yep.
I'll make a motion to accept resolution 475 as written.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept resolution number 475. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. And then Brenda, I'll keep this until the meeting's over and I'll sign everywhere we need to sign. Thank you for that. Now, we're on to the rest of that subject, so to speak. Great West Engineering, this is Chad Hansen, and we have 3 items there that we're kind of going over. I guess we'll do them in order if that's the right order, unless you'd rather do them different. So award notice.
Well, actually, I'll start. I wanted to add an item too.
Oh, okay.
Mike had touched on the well project,
Oh, okay.
and he mentioned it has been a little bit of a fiasco on some of it.
Yeah.
Our electrical subcontractor, I'm not gonna lie, did a piss poor job, but I think we got it all straightened out.
Okay.
The well driller getting him on site's been a little difficult for the contractor, but he's scheduled to be here tomorrow, tentatively. Is it 10 or 11?
Well's in, pump's in.
Right, but
We're
he
waiting
got
on the
the,
electric
he got the motor, and Ace is scheduled to be here tomorrow to
finish wire.
hook it up, then we have to flush the well, and it should be online.
Well, we flush the well,
And then
then we
test
test it, then we shock it, then we flush it, then we test it, then it goes online.
Yeah. So we have to disinfect it, you flush it, and then you disinfect it, and then when it clears it, there's no bacteria.
You gotta flush 300 gallons, take a sample, shock it, let it set for 72 hours, and then pump until all the chlorine's out, then take one more test, and if that's clear, then it can go online.
Yeah, great.
So-
Well, good. Thanks for that update, because I thought about putting a water well
Yeah.
update on here, but at the time, there was no update.
Yeah.
Nothing was happening.
It drug out way longer than
Yeah.
it should. I'm frustrated, Mike's frustrated, the contractor's frustrated, but I think we finally got everything squared away.
Okay.
Mike, he has more details than I, but you did get the software installed for the bulk water station, you just need some cables or something, is that correct?
No, when Flow Point was doing it, they wanted to do the whole valving assembly in there.
Mhm.
And Northwest says, no, we can do it. Well, then it ended up being, Northwest couldn't get the control valve as cheap through as Flow Point could. So then Flow Point had to go out, and in between the mix of it, somebody didn't check something, and there's
Glitch there too.
a little glitch in the wiring.
Okay,
So
so they just have to fix that wiring?
they're sending it, Jay's sending it up to Gerard, overnighting it to Gerard. He'll either get it tomorrow, if he made the deadline for shipping, he'll either get it tomorrow or Wednesday, and then Gerard will be out, finish putting it in, and then we've already pumped, it's already running, it's just not registering, because there's
Okay,
this whole conglomerate that's in there with all these little valving and linings, which I don't understand,
but Gerard's all over it, helping you out, okay, good, perfect.
but.
Okay, so, on the waste, are there any questions on the water project before we move on? Okay. Wastewater project, we had the bid opening November 9th. We got, I don't remember, 5 bids, 4 bids. 4 bids, 3 Missouri River, Wilson Brothers and Kopp are reputable contractors, and they were within 100,000 of each other, which is really awesome as an engineer, because that says the plans were pretty tight, there were no red flags, they're all looking at the same thing. The low bidder is Missouri River Contractors out of Helena, at $2,528,700, which is about $500,000 less than our revised estimate, which was pretty conservative, but the bidding environment has flipped, and now we got lots of hungry contractors. Where this summer we didn't have contractors, and how to get them to bid work, so it was fortunate, it did reduce your loan quite a bit. So the next steps, we've provided recommendation to award. Missouri River is actually doing a project for us right now in Red Lodge, in the Force Main lift station. We've worked with them, we know them. We are recommending, everything's in line, the references, that you award the project. So that would be the next step, is to actually award it. Then we'll coordinate contracting with them, get all the contracts in place. we finalized their preliminary schedule, like I mentioned, they wanna start about January 15th. I actually sat down with them last Wednesday when I was in Red Lodge, and we went over some Fromberg stuff, and they're still thinking that. So then we would schedule probably first week of January, the pre-construction meeting, where we sit down and we go through, there's a big agenda, the town would be there, Mike would be there, obviously, us, the contractor, their subs. We'll go through a list and get everything lined out. But that's kinda where we're at on the project.
So the Red Lodge putting in, wastewater project like ours or something?
No,
Lift
Forced
station.
water main.
So, they're putting in a new force main and redoing the north. I always get turned around in Red Lodge for some reason. The
North.
north lift station.
Okay.
I always get turned around for some reason, but, right now they have a lift station that collects everything and then pumps it all the way back to town. And then it runs back to the lagoons through this transmission main, so we're gonna put in a force main that goes straight to the lagoons. Because that 12-inch force main keeps breaking on Jim, and plus it frees up capacity in that transmission main, so that's what they're doing right now. I don't know, you would've seen them, we're installing the casing under the highway right there at the hospital, at 2 Mile Bridge Road. So if you're
Okay.
driven by, you've probably seen them there.
Yeah.
So what do we need to award the bid? We just need to.
You need to make a
form
motion and
just a
then
motion.
to award the bid to Missouri River Contractors, and then I have, if you do that, I have the actual notice of award forms right here that you
Fine,
sign.
fine, okay.
But RD will need to see your minutes and stuff. You can make it contingent on RD concurrence if you want, but we can't officially sign the contract, so RD concurs in the award, so.
Yeah.
Well, I make a motion then that we, accept the bid by Missouri River Contractor with a, do we need a contingency on there that it's
It's probably good to
I would
contingent
say,
on
yeah.
RD concurrence.
in contingency with RD concurrence or whatever?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept the bid and award the contract, or award the project, I guess, to Missouri River Contractors, LLC, out of Helena, with contingency on approval by RD, is that what's proper? All in favor say aye,
Aye.
all opposed say nay. So, would you want Brenda to send you those minutes? Or do we just send them directly to RD, or how do you wanna do that?
There's 2 copies of the notice for it, I'll take one with me when you sign them, one for you. And then Brenda, if you can get the minutes to Jackie, and she'll be coordinating with RD on everything they need, and then she'll start working with Missouri River to get the contracting on the bonds and insurance, we'll review that and get all that in place.
Do we have to mark anything besides sign it?
Nope, just sign it at the bottom, I've filled in all the blanks already.
Need a date or anything?
I don't know, I don't think it had a date, but you might as well date
I'll
it.
just date it.
I think it's dated top effective date.
Yeah, date of issuance, yeah. I'll verify that.
Okay.
Okay, so you need that, yeah,
Get your picture with that.
with this one?
You worked hard to
Oh,
get that.
I know, yeah, I'll get it when they start digging, I'll be out there.
We could have a groundbreaking.
Shovel.
Yeah, I'll get a shovel, golden shovel.
And you worked hard to get that, so.
Thanks for noticing, appreciate that. Been a long haul on both projects. And so then Brenda sends this to Jackie, you said?
I
You wanna just take
have
it?
a copy. Brenda
Okay.
needs the
She
minutes
needs it.
when they,
Oh, she'll need, and you want, and this is our copy.
that's your copy. I have a copy that I'll take and we'll forward to the contractor so they
Brenda
can start
file
getting
that
it
with
on.
the project stuff, and then when you get the minutes, fire them off to Jackie. And they're, it doesn't matter, it doesn't, they would be the unofficial minutes, but that's, you know, that's
Good
fine, I'm
enough,
sure,
yeah.
yeah, probably good enough. Okay, well, is there anything else on that part of the agenda?
What's the draw request?
Oh, yeah, so we have, we
Or is that something different?
yeah, well, we have the contract amendment, we have the draw request.
That's the, I just brought the signed ones that Dan, our president, had a chance to sign, and sent you, emailed you unsigned ones.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, we can do the, well, let's do the contract amendment real quick, because it's in that order.
Okay.
So the contract amendment is, you wanna go over that, Chad, and kind of explain that, what we're talking about there?
So rural development, suggested we make an amendment to the grant administration phase. And then they requested that we begin preparing the outlay report and request for reimbursement, which is a form that the RD staff typically fills out. It's a bunch of spreadsheets. There's a bunch of them. Anyway, they're pretty overwhelmed, understaffed, and to expedite the draws and get them done in a timely manner, they've been asking the consultants to do that. But they're also gonna pay with it with their grant funds. So, basically that's it in a nutshell. Jackie did the first one and it took her right at 3 hours. So we figured with that, and then if there's any go back and forth comments, we estimated 4 hours a month for the duration of the project. At Jackie's time, and that's all the amendments for, is to do these RD forms for them. I don't think Steve, by his federal guidelines, can officially come out and just ask you guys to do it, because he's supposed to, but they're not getting done because he doesn't have enough staff right now. And so if he's willing to pay for it on your guys' behalf, I
And
think
this
it
will
helps
be,
them out.
and this is an estimated amount that would be.
Yeah, we'll be hourly, and if we don't use it all, like I
Yeah.
said, this first one only took her 3 hours. We're not gonna
So
bill the
that's
full.
the 55?
55,
Yeah.
20, yeah.
Yeah, I figured 4 hours a month for the next.
And that goes to the year, through the year until we do the final
Yeah.
completion, inspection, and approve all that, so.
Yeah,
And we would get the money back then?
that would be
paid
part of
for
the
by-
draws,
Yeah.
and so this amendment would be paid with RD grant funds. So it's nothing out of your pocket.
It wouldn't be added to the loan, it would be.
Since we're putting it up front.
Yeah, because the way RD works is you have to spend 100% of the loan before you can touch the grant, and so any money you save in the project is grant money you get back. And so they're saying part of that extra grant money, the contingency, they would approve this additional grant administration. So.
Okay. Jim? Okay. I'll make a motion and we accept the contract amendment.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept the contract amendment. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. I'll put this, Brenda, I'm gonna give you this copy just to file. There'll be one of these will be ours too, I reckon.
Yes, there's 2 executed
This has the
ones
letter
there.
and everything, so just file that under the project, in the project folder. So, I might as well, I don't know how to do this one too, I don't know where I'm going here. And I'm correct, one of these we keep and one.
One's yours, one's
Okay,
mine.
I'll give you that one. Put it on ours. And if you'll hand that down to Brenda.
Thank you.
And then the draw request, Chad, I just wanted, I talked to Jackie about this. This is draw request number 9 on the sewer project, and I wanted to bring it, it doesn't always coincide that you can do these during for a council meeting, but I wanted to give Shirley a copy, so that, just to talk about it, so that she will have a copy to look over, and she'll kind of get an idea of what's gonna come down the road, because those are gonna continue to keep coming.
They will, and with construction starting, they'll be more regular, and we do try and time them so that you can do them at your regular council meeting. Like, you guys meet the first Monday.
Yeah.
So we'll require the payout from the contractor, say the last Monday of the month, so we have a week to turn it around, do the draw, and get it to Brenda in time for your meeting. We might even move it up a little, so, and there'll be, because the contractor's gonna have a pay application every month, so the draw request from now will be more regular.
More regular, okay.
And we will have them for your regular meeting is our goal.
Okay,
And
that's
they'll
our goal.
generally have our invoice and the contractors and pay application, and then if there's any miscellaneous costs, but.
So just for Shirley's benefit too, that letter there, we generally print out on a letterhead for the town. And then there's documents to sign in there, and you'll have the original, we'll have an original, I'll probably execute it, because it's still for this right away, but then the next ones will probably be for Shirley, Shirley's
Yeah.
our new elected
Yep.
mayor, I don't know if they're elect or whatever, so.
There, yeah, there will be a
Maybe
draw
one.
in January, that'll be just our
Yeah.
invoice, because we won't have a pay application.
So there's this page in there that I sign, there's a couple places where I sign, some place where I sign, and Jim signs as a counter
Right.
signer. And then then we send out all back to Jackie, she sends it off to all the funding people that are involved. Then the money comes in and Brenda sends out the checks to pay the bills, that's the way the process is.
And Jackie will help you walk through any of that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna pretend Jackie does all that work, and she does a great job at it, so. Brenda knows you probably have her on speed dial at this point. don't you?
we're trying to find her a place to move down here,
Yeah?
at least for the next year.
Yeah, Jackie's great, so, yeah.
So, because we do have that here for this meeting, you want me to read some of the details so everybody can decide so we get this form when they have a draw, and it says, please find in the draw request number 9. Have the CDBG request for funds forms and the RD request for funds letter. The EJCDC, and that's, I don't know, there's something about joint,
Engineering Joint Council, something, yeah. It's the
Engineering
standard
invoices.
forms they make us use.
a summary and outlay report signed. Once again, please mail them back to me for distribution. Once you receive the money, she explains where to send, how much to send to who. And then you have the request that's for the CDBG. So this particular draw request is requesting 1,068 from CDBG, 14,000 from RD, for a total of $15,068. So you have the CDBG request, and you have the letter to RD asking them to approve this request for this draw. They plot where we are in the project and blah, blah, blah.
That's the form right there that they
Yeah.
ask us to start preparing for those
Preparing.
two.
And
But
then,
there's
the
bunch
owner
of
will sign,
signatures.
the town owner will sign, the mayor will sign. And then here's a little synopsis of how it breaks down. And this I find the most useful page, because it tells you who to pay and for what invoice and how much. And then the next one. So it goes on and on and on. So this particular draw request is for a total of $15,068 to pay for engineering. You have to look at the invoices for that.
I'm guessing that's just.
An administrative invoice for $1,068 that CDBG will pay, and then a engineering invoice for engineering and design that the RD loan will pay, and that's that.
So each draw, surely, it'll summarize all the expenses for the month, our invoice, pay application, if there's anything else. And then because your project has so many funding sources, there's the TCEP grant, you have a DNRC grant,
yeah.
CDBG grant, RD loan and grant, and now you have 2 RD loans and 2 RD grants. And so it breaks it out where each funding source, how much is coming out of each one of them, so it shows you your expenses, and then where all that money's coming out of those different
Yes,
pots. So,
Yeah.
if you ever have any questions, don't be afraid to call
Oh,
us.
don't worry, I will.
Okay.
I'm kind of familiar with grants,
And then I'm
but
just gonna let you
if
have
I
that.
have a
Yeah.
question, I will.
But the tracking spreadsheet at the end shows kind of,
Right.
and that,
Mhm.
like Rich said, that one page I find is, well, the most useful, it just is a quick summary of
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it shows you that.
So I would entertain a motion or not to approve that, and then I'll do the actual original and sign it and get it sent off. You can keep that just for your
Okay.
reference for next time.
So, we need a motion to, for the draw request?
Yep.
I'll make that motion. To approve the draw request.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the draw request number 9. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Okay, so that's taken care of. All right, thank you, Chad. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm excited to get this project going. I know
Yeah.
it's been a long time
Yeah.
in the works, so I think you should consider having a groundbreaking. You should
Well, we might, maybe, yeah.
be out there in the cold.
Middle of
with those old
January
shirts.
though, I mean, come on, let's have a ribbon cutting when it's done.
We can do that. I got giant scissors just for that.
Yeah, let's do that.
I
Yes.
love our giant scissors. I'll tell you what, I asked Eileen to find me giant scissors. I got scissors this big. And I'm like, really? She's like, Google's awesome. I'm like, oh.
All right, thanks. And Carol, let me get this done. No, that's not yours.
Nope,
I
I got
got yours
everything.
all done,
I
I think. Okay,
Yep.
good.
Thank you very much.
Get with Brenda on this. All right, the next order then is old business. Unless anybody had a question on the sewer project or the water well or anything like that, or sometimes forget to ask. Old business, anybody on the council have old business? Next meeting date would be the 8th, I think.
January 8th.
Because of the holiday. Okay, there being no old business.
We want to take applications for council.
Oh, well, yeah, we're going to we'll put a notice out for people interested too, because Shirley's spot will be vacant. So we'll put a notice, kind of like the other ones, that we're looking for people interested who want to serve a seat on the council, to put a letter of interest into the town. And hopefully you'll have some people there too from January, and can decide on that. Yeah, thanks for reminding me of that. Yeah. So Shirley, when Shirley becomes mayor, her seat will be vacant, so we have to, well, you don't have to, but the council can appoint somebody to fill that seat for the remainder of the term, I think. Is that right? 2 more years, right? Yeah. So, anything else? Well, the next item on the agenda, it says adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.
And Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks Julia. Safe trip back.
Yes.
Deer and everything.
Will you enjoy this little retirement home? Find something to do. So that it's, sorry, you don't get up.
I never said that. We're gonna have to do it next week. We'll have to finish it. I think that'd be the best thing to choose the bill. Just on your, just on the next one, just include, make sure you make a note to include the bill. Yeah, oh yeah.
Not full yet.
She doesn't need all.
This is the second one.
Yeah,
this is the second one, remember?
Everybody signed them, that's approved
You
anyway.
said,
second
I'm
one.
moving now.
We got one already.
Yeah, we got one.
We're on number 2, and it will be full.
Yeah, we full. Yeah.
Okay, well then you keep up the good work, you know where to find us. Call me if you need me.
So, yeah, it's hopefully.
Yeah, drive safe.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will see you on Wednesday. I made the arrangement somehow.
On Thursday, it was the Thursday or Friday, it was the blame game. Whose fault was it? But that's not-
What time you want to get together?
Oh, yes, you can.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Cameras still running, of course, so.
Just having a little continuation of the problem.
Yeah.
That's what I said. We showed back up here.
No such thing as tour. Yeah, the kids are up by 5, so.
Okay, well.
I just have
So,
to.
we spent all Friday morning. My guy. Well, never mind. This is being well, they've already come. They got
As
the pump.
well,
Ordered the
make an
pump for
appointment.
63 days.
And, but you know, Dr. George is so busy, it's hard to get in there sometimes.
I went and asked where they were coffee, and I said,
Well, hopefully now we get this local.
I have one just like that.
And he is, and we were doing, and he was going all over. I mean, it was working good. I mean, it just, we had some leak issues. We had some leak issues that, I don't know why.